for Houdini, unlocking his secrets.
For almost 100 years, Harry Houdini's name has been synonymous with mystery, escape, and magic. Hello, I'm Robert Urich, and I'm at the Magic and Movie Hall of Fame in Las Vegas, among an amazing collection of Houdini's own personal memorabilia. Tonight on the stage of Caesar's Palace and deep beneath the murky waters of Lake Mead, Houdini's greatest feats will be attempted by some of today's greatest magicians. Much of what you will witness tonight is very dangerous, indeed life-threatening. Many people have died trying to recreate these feats. They are best left to the professionals like Charlotte Pendragon. The curious have gathered on the shores of Lake Mead. Months of preparation have led to this moment. It is a trial of passage. A last prep with oxygen.
I'm going to ask you participants to check all my locks and make sure they are in as tight as you think they would be.
All the locks and all the chains are real.
Just make sure that's nice. Okay.
Everything's good, yeah.
Charlotte signals that she's ready. In the tradition of Houdini, she prepares her chained and heavily shackled body for the plunge into the chilly 62-degree waters of Lake Mead. The enemy is lack of air. The enemy is cold. The enemy is panic. A hint of the cold to come.
Take your own cue, Charlotte.
And now, the moment of truth. Divers attempt to monitor her progress. Safety crews stand by. Unbelievable. Charlotte Pendragon. Harry Houdini's first love was the oldest of the performing arts, magic. But Harry was no overnight success, and for a good part of his career, he was forced to take odd jobs just to stay alive. During the late 1800s, he worked days in a necktie factory, but at night, he was Harry Houdini, the king of cards. By the time he reached 17, he was good enough to earn a meager living at magic, giving 8 to 12 shows a day, 7 days a week at a sideshow. For this, he earned $12 a week, half of which he sent home to his beloved mother in Wisconsin. What set Houdini aside from other magicians was his incredible tenacity.
I want to be first. I vehemently want to be first. For that, I give all the thought, all the power that is in me.
Visiting an insane asylum, he saw an inmate struggling in a strange restraint of canvas and leather, and he was told that the device was called a straitjacket. One was given to Houdini as a gift, and for months his wife Bess would strap Houdini into the jacket, and Harry would try to free himself. Finally, he succeeded and put the escape into his act. The straitjacket escape became one of Houdini's trademarks, and he added the difficulty of doing it suspended upside down. It quickly became his greatest promotional gimmick. After seeing the escape, theater audiences were later thrilled by other feats of Houdini the escape artist. As well as the magic of Houdini. king of cards. World champion magician Lance Burton, star of his own upcoming television special, will actually reveal the secret of the straitjacket escape, the secret which took Houdini so long to discover.
Tonight, I'm going to attempt Houdini's most famous escape, the Houdini straitjacket escape. This is the trick that made Houdini a superstar. Now, in order to do this, I'm going to need some help from someone in the audience. Hi, how are you? Where are you from? Me too. Great. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. How you doing? Hi, and howdy, how are you, sir?
Hi.
What's your name?
George Lesnick.
George. Would you mind helping for a second, George? Step right up here. Give George a nice round of applause. Stand right there, George. Face the audience. And what do you do for a living, George?
I'm retired.
Retired?
Yep.
Good job, all right. What did you used to do?
I used to be in the police department 30 years.
Really, a policeman? Now, so George, are you familiar with the straitjacket?
No.
Have you ever been in a straitjacket?
No, I haven't.
So this will be your first time.
It'll be your first time.
I'm very excited for you, George. No, I'm not going to put you in the jacket. You're going to buckle me in the jacket. A regulation straitjacket is made out of sailcloth or canvas reinforced with leather with strong buckles and straps. Now, it goes on pretty much like a normal jacket, only backwards. Now, right here on my left shoulder, George, there's a buckle. On the right shoulder, there's a strap. Place the strap in the buckle, just like a belt, and buckle it up. Just start at the top and work your way right down the back of the jacket. The straitjacket was originally designed to restrain the criminally insane. Of course, it's not used much anymore. Nowadays, we have a new procedure. They put them on daytime talk shows. In fact, in some states, the straitjacket is now considered cruel and unusual punishment. How you doing there, George? Oh, perfect.
Okay.
Now we come to the cruel and unusual part, George. You see that strap between my legs?
Right.
Just grab a hold of it as it comes by. There you go. That's why there's an extra buckle on the back. Go ahead, buckle that one up. Make it as tight as you want. The more you hurt me, the more the audience will be entertained. Okay. Last come the arms. They cross in the front. On this sleeve, there's a strap. On this sleeve, there is a buckle. Now, George, listen to me. I'm serious. I want you to make this as tight as you possibly can. Really put your weight into it. Really make it tight. Just pretend that like you're back on the force and I'm a dangerous criminal. You have to really, yeah, that's it. Like, I said pretend, George. Okay, George, please accept my thanks and all of this applause. Thank you very much, sir. Well, now you've seen the buckling in process. Now comes the hard part, escaping from the straitjacket. As I do this, I'm going to explain exactly what I'm doing every step of the way. So if you ever find yourself in this predicament, you'll know what to do. The first step in escaping from a straitjacket is to try and force one of your arms up over your head. They say Houdini could actually dislocate both of his shoulders to do this. I don't know if that's actually true, but it sure would help. Next, you have to start working on those buckles in the back.
Still to come, a very dangerous Chinese water torture cell. And a very zany version of Houdini's thumb tie escape. On Houdini Unlocking His Secrets.
Harry Houdini and P.T. Barnum shared a common trait. They were perhaps the two greatest promoters of all time. Where Barnum ballyhooed a collection of circus acts billed as the greatest show on earth, Houdini promised that he was the greatest show on earth. In Europe, he created a sensation by escaping from prison cells. And in a much publicized court case, Houdini sued a detractor who claimed he was a fraud. To win his case, Houdini startled German judges by escaping from the top European shackles right in the courtroom. Houdini won the hearts of Europeans, and on the strength of this tour, he returned to the United States a living legend. He was finally on his way to superstardom. Houdini was more than an escape artist. During tough times early in his career, Harry and his wife Bess gave up the magic act and got booked as the Ronner's sparkling comedy team. And by all reports, they were truly amusing. Houdini saw magic and comedy as two different entertainment arts. Mac King combines the two. And tonight on the stage of the Circus Maximus Room at Caesar's Palace, Las Vegas, he will perform his version of Houdini's thumb tie. Say howdy to Mac King.
Howdy. Well, I'm Mac King. Well, thanks. What's your name? Valerie. Could you come up and help for just a sec? Give Valerie a big hand for volunteering. Come on up here. We're going to have some fun. Watch your step there, Valerie. Thanks very much. Sorry to trick you like that. Right over here on this side. Valerie, you and I and this piece of rope are going to do one of Houdini's most famous tricks. This is called the Houdini Challenge Naked Rope Escape. I just want you to take off your clothes and tie me up. Oh, I'm kidding. You don't have to tie me up. Now, we're going to do a card trick that I read at breakfast this very morning on a box of cereal. Take out any card you want. I won't even peek. Now, we need to be able to tell your card from all the others, so I want you to take this and write your name really big right across your card. Okay, don't let me see it. This gets to Houdini in a second, I promise. Got it? I'll take the pen. You show everybody your card. And when you've shown it all around, set it back, say right there. Now, did you see that? That was a secret move. When I do the secret move, Valerie's card is supposed to have jumped from this deck over here into my jacket pocket, and it did. Well, I'll do that again. Actually, I missed that time, but I was very close. Valerie, hold on to those. Don't drop them. Now, I told you that we would get to the Houdini part in a second, and Houdini found that the simplest restraint was also the most effective. He would have his thumbs bound together by a little piece of string. I don't use that. I have updated that trick to Twistum's handy home and garden ties. I use two of them. I'm going to twist tie number one around twist tie number two, so they're kind of locked together, right, Valerie? I'm going to twist this twist tie around this thumb. You can give that a couple of twists if you want, just to make sure that's good and tight around my thumb there, just till my skin pinches up is perfect. And twist that one around that thumb. That way my thumbs will be wired together so I cannot escape. This was the 10-inch thumb tie as featured by Houdini, and dang. No stale bread at your house, huh? The 10-inch thumb tie is updated by Houdini and modernized by me, Mac King. Now, it took Houdini a long time to get out of this, and it takes me even longer. So I'm going to get you a seat. You can sit right here. Now, the idea... Don't sit down. Now, the idea is, even though I'm wired up in the thumb tie, I will attempt to escape and, at the same time, cause your card to fly from the deck back into my jacket pocket. Did you see it that time? Tell you what, you reach in there, in my pocket. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That was mean.
On Friday, October 22nd, 1926, Harry Houdini was performing in Montreal, Quebec. He had just lectured on spiritualism at McGill University. One student, a college boxing star, who had received permission to visit Houdini backstage, asked him if the rumor was true that he could take the strongest punch to the stomach without harm. Houdini, preoccupied with reading his mail, mumbled yes. And before he could prepare himself, the student punched Houdini with all his strength. By that evening, Houdini was in serious pain. When his tour reached London, Ontario, a doctor was waiting and diagnosed the problem as acute appendicitis. He wanted Houdini in a hospital immediately, but the theater was sold out, and the consummate showman would not disappoint his fans. When the curtain fell that night, it was for the last time. At 3 in the morning, and only after his wife begged, Houdini finally agreed to go to the hospital. But it was too late. Peritonitis had set in, and on Halloween, October 31st, 1926, at age 52, the man who had cheated death thousands of times, the man who had walked through walls, made his final escape into legend. Throughout his life, Houdini always wanted to up the ante, to make the challenge just a bit more dangerous. For a while before his death, he planned a buried alive escape, which he eventually abandoned because it was so dangerous. Tonight, we have followed Houdini's example and come up with an even more dangerous version of that escape. As a tribute to Harry Houdini, Jonathan Pendragon will attempt the coffin of death. He will be chained, sealed into a coffin, wired with explosives on a timer, and hoisted high into the air, as though suspended between heaven and hell. To escape from the chains and open the coffin and disarm the explosive before time runs out is the challenge. Jonathan Pendragon. Whatever happens, this shot will not cut away. It is being performed before a live audience on the shores of Lake Mead, and this will be an afternoon they will never forget. The coffin itself is constructed of 1/2-inch wooden planks and sidings with metal reinforcements. The nails used in Houdini's crate were replaced with 1-inch screws. The lid will be screwed into place and the coffin hoisted high in the air. One concern is that any sudden jolt could detonate the explosives. Chains will hold the coffin level as Jonathan attempts to break out. Because the lid holds the explosives, Jonathan will have to break through one of the sides. Whatever the outcome, Jonathan will never attempt this escape again. Fire trucks and paramedics are standing by, and police have restricted water access to the area. All workers have been instructed that once they have finished their job, They are to move back to the safety zone. One final step. The explosive pack and timer are being attached to the box. The timer has started. It's now or never. To protect the spectators from a possible explosion, the coffin is being moved over the lake just in case something goes wrong. The plan is to break through the crate and throw the explosives into the lake. Failing that, to break loose and jump to safety. Although I see movement from the coffin, I see no opening in the boards. The clock continues to tick, and oh no! Oh! Unbelievable! Jonathan Pendragon!
There's more to come on Houdini unlocking his secrets.
Did Houdini carry any secrets to the grave? His magic, his escapes, his methods? These are known to other magicians. In fact, Houdini published most of these secrets in his writings. The real secret, the real mystery wasn't the magic. It was the man. Still today, the most famous name in the history of show business is the name of a magician, Harry Houdini. I'm Robert Urich. Good night.